All of the victims of Tuesday's devastating UPS cargo plane crash have been found. That was announced by Mayor Craig Greenberg this weekend. Although cleanup efforts at the blocked off crash site do remain ongoing. Thanks for joining us here at 6:30. I'm Alex Dieterer. We're starting off with some of the major developments we've seen so far this weekend surrounding this crash. Greenberg announced this weekend that all 14 victims from the crash were accounted for and that the Jefferson County Coroner's Office would be releasing their identities. Meanwhile, cleanup efforts are underway at the crash site, leaving roads still blocked off and some businesses that are closed indefinitely. The FAA has grounded all MD-11 planes. That's the same type of plane that crashed on Tuesday. This is following a safety recommendation from Boeing. And we did speak with an aviation expert yesterday who says that current evidence from the plane's black box that was recovered indicates the pilots, the 3 crew members on board, were not to blame for the deadly crash. We have more of our continuing coverage of this deadly plane crash coming up. But first, we do want to get you right to meteorologist Austin Evans. And Austin, we can feel those cold temperatures outside continuing to drop in some of our area. Has even seen some flurries today, more expected to come. And that's why today has been declared a weather impact alert day.
Yes, today, tomorrow, weather impact alert days because of what is behind me. Also, the cold, which I'll discuss in a moment, but we are seeing those flakes flying here and there across portions of Kentucky, and not everywhere, but we're getting to that point, and we will get to that point by tomorrow. It's a winter blast, the first real hard freeze of the cold season tonight through tomorrow, though we won't be freezing all day tomorrow, and then tomorrow night we'll drop back down into the 20s. At least the skyline looks nice from our First Savings Bank camera, and you can see temperatures falling. We are right at freezing in portions of southern Indiana, but it feels a lot colder anyway. That is due to the wind out there. We've been seeing sustained wind up to 20 miles per hour. At some points, we're seeing gusts now up to about 26 miles per hour. Details on what this snow will do coming up in my 7-day forecast.
All right, thank you, Austin. And you can get the latest severe weather and snow updates with our free WHAS11 Plus app. Download it to your phone or TV and watch for free. Well, following Tuesday's UPS plane crash that took the lives of 14 people, cleanup continues both at the crash site and along the waterways in Jefferson County. We learned on Thursday the Environmental Protection Agency is helping UPS in their cleanup efforts, and MSD is advising people in the southern part of the county to avoid contact with these waterways that could be contaminated from runoff from that plane crash. WHAS 11's Clarice Shaley and photojournalist Connie Offit are at an access point to Pond Creek right now where work is going on. And Clarice, tonight you've been speaking with the crews that are working there. What have they been telling you?
Well, Alex, now that it is dark, the tree line around Pond Creek is illuminated as workers continue to work in the creek. I can say that this is also a blocked off area of a public park here off of Lambourne Boulevard. This is also an area where there's a trailhead that follows the creek. One of the workers told me they are a contracted group involved in the environmental cleanup efforts. That same worker told me they're taking a layer of petroleum off of the water of Pond Creek right now. Here's some of what we saw earlier today. Some of those workers are even in the water working. We spoke to a man who stopped here to run, who said he didn't consider runoff from the plane that could even reach this far south.
Yeah, a little surprised. I mean, being a ways away from the UPS airport, didn't really think much about it in the waterways.
MSD just released a warning 2 days ago for people to avoid waterways such as Northern Ditch, Southern Ditch, and Pond Creek due to the crash. I did speak to an attorney with Kentucky Resources Council, an environmental advocacy group. She tells me she has a lot of concerns when it comes to the environmental impacts of the UPS plane crash and how it could affect public health. You'll hear from her at 11. Live with photojournalist Connie Offit, Clarice Shaley, WHAS 11 on your side. Alex.
All right, thank you, Clarice. And here at 6:30, you can still see those crews out there working on the waterways. And right now, some businesses around the crash site are still closed. That means people across our community are out of work. And one local business is trying to help by providing jobs to those in need of a paycheck. Reporter Sam Perez visited O'Dolly's Lounge and Restaurant to hear from those employees who were affected.
It's been pretty hard on us.
The last few days have been difficult for Mike Smith and his coworkers after the UPS plane crash happened right outside Stooge's Bar and Grill.
It was just devastating. Unbelievable, you know. It was 100 yards from our back patio.
And now the restaurant is still closed with a reopening date unclear.
We've heard rumors and rumblings, but we don't have any idea.
It means 43 employees are out of work without a paycheck as the holidays approach. While Stooge's doors are closed, just down the road, a neon open sign shines at O'Dolly's.
The owner of O'Dolly's and the owner of Stooge's are mother and daughter, so the daughter has helped out and let some of us work over here.
Smith says it's helpful for his team.
Well, it's allowed us to, supplement our income that's non-existent now.
We see bad every day, but there's still a lot of good in this world.
David Atwell visits O'Dolly's every Friday with his friends. But this weekend, he came back with his family to show support for staff.
I think people are opening their heart. The very next minute, you don't know what's going to happen.
It makes me feel great, makes you realize how much people care.
That care making a tough time just a little bit easier. In Louisville, I'm Sam Perez, WHAS 11 on your side.
We've also been told that the community has raised more than $7,000 for a fundraiser started by Stooge's owner Debbie Self, who says it will all go towards employees and their families.